Welcome to my channel. Fit with Tiff 100. I'm going to share a little bit more about my channel, so stay tuned. Welcome everybody. I do hope you can hear me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think I've welcomed everyone via chat, so I want to try to get through my welcome, but I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Harrison Family Vlogs is definitely first. You are first. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the support. Welcome, Life with Triple T. Hey, sis. Looks like you're speaking to the chat as well. And let me see here. Who else do we have in the chat? I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, let me see. I see we also have Life with Triple T is saying hello to everyone. Hey, CandyC. Hey, sis. Thank you for being here. We've got Free Spur as well. Thank you for being here, Free Spur. Living Better with Style Rucker. Thank you for being here. I see a lot of Eat to Live Strong raids. Thank you so much for the raid. If anybody who is a moderator can drop Eat to Live Strong's link, I would appreciate it. If I don't see her link drop, I will drop it myself, but let me get through welcoming everyone. Eat to Live Strong, if you can hear me, I appreciate you, sis, for the raid. Thank you. Welcome, Jazzy Nicole 81. Thank you for the raid. Mary 428. Hey, sis, so glad you're here. Welcome. Holistic Living Down Under is also saying Eat to Live Strong raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. And let's see. It says, oh, waiting to hear what you have to say about this topic. A shout out to all the 20 people in the chat. I think it'll be a fun topic. Yes, Cubs Den, welcome, sis. Thank you for being here. I do think it'll be a fun topic. Thank you for asking Holistic Living Down Under. So guys, definitely please keep my auntie and the family in your prayers because this is a really great loss, and there's still a lot of grieving going on, as there should be. So please do keep the family in your prayers. Thank you for asking. Welcome, Jaden Suh, Eat to Live Strong raid. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Blue Jeans Network, saying love the music. Thank you, my dear brother. God bless you. And I see First Sons Motif. Welcome. Thank you for being here. YouTube Court TV, welcome Logic, my favorite truck driver. I do look like a truck driver with my earpiece on my ear. Welcome. Eric Bastrom, welcome. Thank you for being here. Short Bus Pull Up, saying Tiff, hello. Hold on, Big Drip. Welcome. Thank you for being here, Short Bus Pull Up. And let's see, who else do we have in the chat? Let me keep going through. And if I miss you, please forgive me. Just mention my name, and I'll be sure to mention you and shout you out. Eat to Live Strong, sis. Thank you so much for the raid. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Living Better with Style Rucker, for dropping her link. I really appreciate that, and appreciate the raid. God bless you. Oh, you said love the intro and the golden piggy bank. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate it. And G Free is saying, hi, Tiffany Chanel in chat. Hey, G Free, thank you for being here, sis. Guys, I did fail to mention, Eat to Live Strong goes live right before me at 7:30 p.m., where she talks about Mortgage Mondays. So tonight's topic was on conventional loans. If you did not get to check her out, definitely go back and play that live, as long as there's no red line at the bottom. Play that, not only to support her, but you'll learn a lot in her live streams. So thank you again for the raid, sis. Okay, thank you for letting me know you can hear me. G Free is in the chat. Thank you, G Free, for being here. And let me keep going through the chat. I've skipped over some people, so I apologize for that. Give me a second. The chat is moving. It skipped a little bit. Okay. If I didn't already, welcome, welcome, Eric Bastrom. I think I did. Yes, hello to everyone in the chat. Straight drop is trending. It says Texas in the building, big drip. Yes, Texas in the building. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Nesha Simpson, Chosen Nation. Hey, sis, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for being here and thank you for asking. I hope I did not miss anybody. Oh, thank you, CandyC, for dropping Eat to Live Strong's link as well. Thank you, thank you. Free Spirit saying great topic. Oh, thank you guys. So yeah, we're about to get into it. Oh, Derek C. Williams, you're not late to the party. Greetings to you. And you're saying you're watching me live on YouTube from Philadelphia. I need to send your. No, you don't. You don't need to send that back. You keep that, and God bless you. That's a seed, and I never take seeds back. So God bless you, my dear brother. And let's see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Welcome, welcome, Toni, Damian, sis. Thank you for being here. You're not late. You're fine. Thank you for being here. Guys, I could have sworn I saw Eric Samuels in my live. Like, I honestly thought I saw him, and maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm seeing things, but I thought I saw him. But if he's still in the live, thank you for being here. Appreciate you for being here. And let's see, guys. Let me see if I missed anybody. The chat skipped on me again. 1 second. Let me get to the Ed's blog. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. Looks like Ed's blog is saying hi to everyone. Hi to the host. Hello to you. Welcome, welcome. My day was well. Pretty productive day. Thanks for asking. How was your day? All right. I see everyone speaking to each other, so this is great. Welcome, welcome, Precious Beauty Show. Thank you for being here. And guys, if I missed you, just mention my name and let me know, and I will shout you out. Thanks for asking, Toni. Baby girl is doing well. She's right here next to me. She's not like sitting next to me, but she's in the family room, which is connected to the kitchen. And she is watching her favorite movie of all time right now, which is Elsa. So that's why she's a bit quiet. All right, guys. So appreciate each and every one of the 22 amazing individuals in the chat. Thank you again for being at the live. I wanted to, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been titling my lives with questions. So this is Money Makeover Mondays. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Money Makeover Mondays. If you didn't already know by the lovely theme, by the lovely theme of the chat, I actually pulled up in my countdown. You see piggy banks, little gold piggy banks, and a dollar sign, because it's Money Makeover Monday. And maybe I should at least start off and let you know why I started Money Makeover Monday, so that you have an understanding of why topics on finances is important to me. So let me grab this up here and just talk you through this. And I'm going to share my screen while I talk you through why I started Money Makeover Monday. So guys, I started Money Makeover Mondays because, and it starts with God, right? So God gave me a word and told me that I needed to go on a fast. Okay, he told me that I needed to fast and pray. I didn't quite know what I was fasting for. And but I went ahead and just obeyed him, just kind of like when he told Abraham to go, and Abraham went without a question because he heard God's voice. That was the same thing that I did. And so I decided to go ahead and honor God's word, and I went on a fast and I prayed. During that fast, God started showing me a lot of things in the area of my finances and how I needed to correct some things. I was doing things all wrong. Well, when I began to correct things in my finances, I began building up emergency accounts. I began trying to pay off debt, making better decisions as a steward over the finances that God gave me. Now, little did I know at the time when I went on the fast, I was not pregnant. By the end of my 31-day fast, I found out I was 2 weeks pregnant. So God knew that I was going to conceive, and God knew that I wasn't ready to start a family because my finances were off. And He had to show me how to improve my finances. So I began following people like Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, also some Christian leaders, some pastors that focus on marriage and money, and just trying to learn what to do in the area of my finances. So, as you know, baby girl will be 4 in a couple of weeks. And so I've been working on my finances ever since I conceived her. So for about 5 years now. And I've seen some tremendous things that have happened in my finances due to me obeying God's voice. Now, that is where Money Makeover Mondays stemmed from. And so I hope that story kind of gives you kind of a bit of an idea of why finance is important to me. I did have some challenges in my life where I did go through a divorce. And because of that, that really hurt my finances bad, from legal fees, getting into a lot of debt, trying to pay bills, trying to work with creditors, trying to work with bill collectors. It was just a mess. And so because of that, I knew that I needed a better plan. Oh my gosh, guys, I am totally missing things in this chat. And please forgive me. I apologize, but I saw a few things. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Harrison Family Vlogs, and thank you so much. I see Short Bus Pull Up for the super sticker. Guys, I really appreciate you. Let me go here. Let me go here. Give me a second, guys. I don't know how people are able to work everything. Like, how do y'all work the? Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong stuff. Give me a second. Hey, Auntie Yo-Yo, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. And then let me go to. Let me go to Short Bus. I do have my little linky list. I try to go on my little linky list and push you guys up here. All right, guys, bear with me. I really do appreciate that. And let me also, I know that Eat to Live Strong's link was dropped earlier. And so thank you, CandyC and Living Better with Style Rucker. Thank you both ladies for doing that for me. I'm going to drop her link again because she definitely rated me. And you know, guys, y'all know how I feel about raids. So that's a little bit of history about me and why I'm so passionate about people fixing their finances. Because I went in a lot of debt. I messed up my credit score. I mean, it was just a mess. And so I then began rebuilding my finances, rebuilding my credit, and then in turn rebuilding my life. It took a while, but thank God for Jesus, it's back. So now your girl has an 8. It was an 821. I got a note that it went up, but I didn't check it, because if it goes up, I'm not checking for it. I'm checking to see if it went down. So I don't know what it is now. But I did receive an email notice that it did go up. And then in addition to that, you know, I'm just working on myself. Nesha Simpson, Chosen Nation, sis, thank you so much for the super chat, the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Guys, y'all know I appreciate when you sew, because you don't have to go into your pocket. It's not something that I expect, but God bless you and thank you. for doing it. And short bus, I actually, y'all, this is for short bus. Y'all gonna laugh at me. You are gonna laugh at me. So I'm gonna do this just for short bus because um he came up with the song. Now, when I do this song, I'm going to be off beat because YouTube is going to show you a beat that's later than my beat. Now, until somebody can show me how to use StreamYard and be on the same and for everything to work at the same time, then I'm not going to be off beat. So I'm prefacing that with the disclaimer. I'm about to do this song short bus pull up did for me. Okay. But I'm going to be off beat because YouTube goes later. So let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and do this beat. Thank you, sis. Thank you for saying that. Yes, yes. To God be all the glory. It's not my power. It's all God. I'm jealous. Let's switch credit scores, and you can repair my LOL. Hey, I do repair credit scores, so I don't see Nightbot activated in the chat. Nightbot is slipping, but he should have been dropping my links. Let me see if I have enabled him. Nightbot should be, yeah, he's been enabled. So yeah, he should be dropping my link. So I do provide a link. Oh, I don't even provide a link to my website. I think a link to my website is in the description. So on my website, you can set up time with me and we can go through like what exactly you want to do with your credit score, where are you looking to get it to, and I do that on the side. Baby girl, keep your voice down. Mommy is working. Okay, guys, so let me try this little beat. Short Bus better be in this chat. He better be in this chat because I don't think I'm doing this again because I'm going to be off base. But I'm just going to try it just for fun, kicks and giggles. Maybe y'all will get a good laugh and you can just kind of laugh at me. And I'm cool with that. Hold on, Short Bus in the super chat. Hey, who's in the super chat? Hold on, Harrison Boggs in the super chat. Hey, who's in the super chat? Hold on, Nisha Simpson in the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, guys, y'all get to laugh at me. That was fun, but I know I was off beat, off base, but it was fun. Okay, CandyC said she couldn't hear me. Cubs Den is laughing. Blue Jeans Network is saying no, stop. Y'all, I love it. Look, I love it. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so y'all got a good laugh. Look, my job tonight is done. We can just shut it down. It's done. Hey, chosen queen. Hey, sis. I didn't see you. Oh, wait. I want to give you a proper welcome. And thank you again, Nisha Simpson, Chosen Nation. Let me know if I didn't. I thought oh, thank you. Eat to Live Strong, Living Better with Style. Thank y'all for dropping those links. God bless y'all. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, Jaden Seth, thank you for joining my Facebook group. I really appreciate that. Chosen Queen, welcome. Eat to Live Strong raid. Thank you so much, and thank you for the raid. God bless y'all. I see everybody laughing, saying they love it. Look, Cubs did. You know, I don't need a rap deal. They would pay me to stop. Big drip. Yes, guys. I love having fun. I love having fun. Hey, Julius, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. God bless you. Thank you for being here. CandyC says the music was a little overpowering. I didn't hear you. I think you need to do it again. You got jokes, sis. I'm not doing that song. I sounded a mess. I am going to spare y'all. Yo, CandyC, sis, I'll call you later and do it again. I'm going to definitely drop your link, though. God bless you. Thank you for the super chat, the super sticker. Hey, who sent the super chat? CandyC sent the super chat. Hold on. There you go, sis. Thank you for the super chat. All right, so let me go ahead and I know I got you in here. I don't even see you, and I know you're on my linky list. Okay, let me go here. You are certainly on my linky list. There you are. I see you on my linky list, so I'm dropping CandyC's link in the chat. Yes, Cubs Den is right. Don't encourage me. Y'all, we have a new person in the chat. This is Julius Minor. Has his own fitness business, guys. So definitely check him out. And he's a super cool person. So Julius, thanks for rocking with us. And CandyC, thanks again, sis, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Toni Damian says, "What I miss, I had to shower." Sis, you didn't miss much, but me trying to rap and no, I can't rap. I see Nisha Simpson chose the nation said, I second that. Coach did not encourage her. Y'all are hilarious. Thank you, Toni, for dropping CandyC's link. Thank you, ASMR Galore. Welcome, welcome, sis. Thank you for being here. Guys, I love that y'all are coming in and just doing your thing. God bless you. She's on my linky list too. LOL. Yes, Toni. And CandyC says, Toni Damian, rewind. You got to hear that. Yes, Julius Minor, can't wait to go over to your channel. So Julius, I don't think is posting videos on his channel, but he does have his own fitness business. So maybe it might be on his about page how to find his fitness business. But if not, Julius, and you want people to know more about your business, you're welcome to type it in the chat, and you have your freedom to do so. Okay, guys. So I have to say, I'm Gigi for now eating ice cream and my nails are wet. Wow. And you're dropping links, sis. Okay. Kudos and shout out to you. So look, guys, I know tonight's topic is really interesting. Um, and I did not lie. It was not clickbait. When I did get married, I was told that I should, well, not told, but it was suggested to me because I had assets to get a prenuptial agreement. And I chose not to. Just like many people that I've talked to, they have said, no, okay. So just like many people that I've talked to that have said, no, I'm not going to get a prenuptial agreement because that's so negative and it's like you're expecting your marriage to fail. That's exactly what I said. This marriage is not failing. I'm going to stay married till the day we die. We're not getting a divorce. It's for better or worse, till death do us part. And I really believe that. And I still do believe that. I still do believe when you get married, it's till death do you part. It's for better or worse. Unfortunately, my situation didn't end up like that. My situation did end up in divorce, and I did not have a prenuptial agreement. So we can talk a little bit more about that. I know in the state of Texas, though, prenuptials protect what you had pre or prior to your nuptials. And so what does that mean? It protects the assets that you had, and it also protects your future partner from the liabilities that you accumulated prior to the marriage. And when you get married and accumulate assets and debt, in the state of Texas, it doesn't matter whose name it's in, it's still considered community property. So your wife could go out and get a credit card with $10,000 on it, and that is community property debt. So that's debt that you both owe. a person, let's say the husband decides he wants to purchase a business and purchase land and put his business on his land. Well, it's not his because you are married, especially in the state of Texas. That's community property. And so that land and that business goes to both the husband and the wife as their asset, or debt as well if you don't pay it off. And rightfully so, because in the word it says, when the two are married, they become one. And so everything gets kind of merged, if you will. And so I thought this might be an interesting topic. I don't talk on this in any of my videos. I got some advice from some of my mentors who are also content creators that whatever I'm talking on in my videos that I create, I need to focus on that content in my videos. And whatever I talk about in my live stream, it can still be pertaining to money, but it shouldn't be a repeat of my videos, because I was talking to y'all about stuff that was in my videos, and then you don't need to watch my video. And so that's counterproductive. If I'm going to make the effort to make the video, then I don't want to go over it in a live stream, because I am a monetized channel now, and I do get paid for the ads if people go and watch my video. So that's a little bit of a spill there. So Nightbot is in full. How was Holistic Living Down Under timed out by Nightbot? Yo, that's crazy. Holistic Living Down Under, I am so sorry, sis. I don't really know what you may have said while doing some bits and pieces. Okay. I don't know why Nightbot timed you out. I've actually made Nightbot less picky. So I do apologize about that. Hungry Explorer, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I see some. So let me get to the people in the chat. Let me answer some of the questions that you guys have, and then we'll get into the remainder of this topic. So while I'm doing that, let me at least advance us to the next slide. That's the least I can do, guys, is advance us to the next slide. So I'm going to go over some housekeeping items. These are ways, if you do want to connect with each other, these are ways to make love stick. I'm not going to read through it because I've been doing this for months, and I think y'all already know. And these are the rules for the chat. So that's what we've got here. All right. And let me keep scrolling down. Advances to the next slide. And so, yeah, guys, this is the topic. To prenup or not to prenup, that is the question. All right. Welcome, April WYD. Thank you, sis, for being here. Welcome. And yes, let's see. Let me keep scrolling down. I don't want to miss anybody. I see Toni Damian saying community property is a real thing. Yes, sis, it is a real thing. And y'all forgive me. Y'all know baby girl may have her little things that she have to do, potty and different snacks, and y'all know how the drill is. So y'all know my life. Let's see. I know I saw that, Cubs Den. I don't know why Nightbot did that. So I made sure that the settings on Nightbot was less dramatic. So I do apologize again for that. Oh, you can't use the D word, Hungry Explorer. You can't say done, love. All right. Not timed out, but the D word was hiding in my sentence. Oh, okay, cool. No worries. So I see Eat to Live Strong says, yes, each state has rules as to community property. Georgia is not a community property state, so please know your state laws and regulations. Absolutely, Eat to Live Strong. Know your state laws and regulations whenever making any kind of financial decision, including prenuptial agreements. Okay, let me keep scrolling through. And I just want to make sure the word done. It is included in my block words. It really is, Cubston. That's exactly why. Sometimes I feel if you are asking for prenup, you have reserves about being married. Oh, about the marriage, and you are already planning for a divorce. I agree, CandyC. That's exactly what I said when I was encouraged to get a prenup and protect my assets. Those were my exact words. I'm like, no, till death do us part. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting a prenup. Okay, thank you, Chosen Queen, for being here and listening. I appreciate you, sis. Julius Minor, oh, God bless you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate it. I always appreciate when people go into their pockets to show love. Much love to you too, my dear brother. I'm going to do a quick little search for your channel so that I can drop your link in the chat so that people can connect with you as well. I don't see you. Actually, wait, let me go here. I may be able to click on your link myself. Let me try this. I'm gonna try one more thing and see if I can grab you up here. Okay, it's not pulling you up, love, but let me see. I can't seem to find Julius. I know I'm connected to him because I joined his channel last night, but I can't do a search for him. But guys, if you are able to click on Julius's name and advance to his channel, definitely show him some love. Really appreciate the super chat. God bless you, my dear brother. God bless you. I think I also saw CandyC with another statement that she made. I think it may have been a question. So let me make sure that I address. Guys, if y'all ask me a question and I don't address it, I apologize. Just mention me and I will go and address it. But you may have to restate the question. So I think I remember the question that CandyC asked me. Her question was, do you sometimes regret not having a prenup? So CandyC, I will say no at this point, because I wouldn't have known how to have it written. You have to write it out because if I would have just gotten a regular prenup, okay, the same assets that were protected when I didn't have a prenup would have been protected if I would have had one. Because in the state of Texas, your property prior to marriage is already protected and you don't need a prenup for that. So if I would have gotten a prenup, I probably wouldn't have known the verbiage to put in it to truly protect any assets that were only in my name. You actually have to have verbiage that discusses protecting assets in each individual's name, or if there's debt in the person's, like let's say as the wife, I went out and accumulated a ton of debt in my name, then, my ex-husband would have probably wanted a prenup that said, any debt that you accumulate in your name is your debt if the marriage does not work. If the marriage works, of course, it's both of our debt. But we didn't have that. So any debt that had been accumulated by either one of us was both of our responsibility, and any asset accumulated by either one of us during the marriage was both of our asset. So right now, I'd say, no, I don't regret not having it because I probably wouldn't have known how to word it to really benefit either myself or my daughter's father. Okay, Julius, thank you so much. Thank you, because I was certainly looking for your link, my dear brother. But thank you again for the super chat and the super sticker. Oh, guys, look, Toni, Damian, and CandyC found your channel. Let me copy the link and add it to my linky list just so that, just in case you are here again, I will have it here. Let me put it here so that I have it. Thank you, CandyC. Thank you, Toni, Damian, for finding Julius's channel. So, guys, definitely connect with Julius if you have not already done so. And CandyC says, "Do you regret not doing it? How did your husband then think about it?" Oh, so yes. So I did answer the first piece with, "Do you regret not doing it?" The second piece was, "How did your husband then think about it?" So at the time, he and I never discussed prenup. I never brought it up to him. When we were discussing marriage, I never brought it up. I just thought it was a disrespectful thing to bring up that kind of topic, because I didn't want him to think that I was going into the marriage with the thought of we would one day get divorced. So I didn't bring that up. To me, that topic was not on the table and not up for discussion. So he didn't think nothing of it because I didn't talk to him about that. Let's see. Yes, y'all are certainly tag teams. Look, you and CandyC are tag teams, and then Eat to Live Strong and Living Better with Sal Rucker are tag teams. I tell you, y'all are awesome. So now, guys, let me just take you into the meat and potatoes of the topic. So first, guys, I wanted to talk to you about some celebrities with and without prenups. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is so that you can kind of see what has happened with some of the people that chose to get prenups or chose not to get prenups, and just kind of give you an idea of now these are celebrities, so it's definitely way different than a normal everyday person like myself, but it might be interesting to just kind of see. So once we do this, then we'll talk about what exactly is a prenup, the benefits of a prenup, but also the negative aspects of a prenup. Excuse me. And let's get into it. So, guys, Madonna and Guy Ritchie divorced back in 2008. Now, they were married for 8 years, and Madonna at the time was worth $500 million. She paid Guy Ritchie $92 million as a result of the divorce. So, wherever they were living, I don't know, LA, wherever it was, there wasn't no type of community property state, or else he would have been entitled for $250 million because that's how much she was worth, twice that. However, she wasn't really entitled to give him anything probably, but she settled giving him 92 million and he took it. And so that was kind of the result there. I see. Let's see here. Let me go into, I see some topic, some conversation. I'm going to get to those statements. Don't let me miss out on those statements, okay? And I'm going to get to that. So Katy Perry, she filed for divorce from Russell Brand back in 2010. Now, this was actually a really amicable divorce. I don't know if they're still friends, but it just seemed like they would still be friends. But they were only married for 13 months and they had no prenup, which means, you know, Russell Brand, he has his own money, of course, just like Guy Ritchie has his own money, but he could have still said, no, I want half. Katy at the time was worth $55 million, but Russell Brand chose not to take half of her money. So it was really his decision because they didn't have a prenup. But he said, no, you know, we're only married for 13 months. You keep your money, I'll keep my money. And they parted ways amicably. Now, that didn't work out so well for some of the other celebrities, such as Mary J. Blige, who filed for divorce from Kendu Isaacs back in 2016. And okay, love. And so Mary J. Blige, they were married. She was married to Kendu for 12 years. And Mary J. Blige divorce lasted the divorce process lasted longer than a year. They were very tired. Kendu actually had to seek counseling because it was just mentally exhausting for both of them. And in 2017, Mary J. Blige was ordered to pay her ex-husband $30,000 per month in temporary spousal support. $30,000 per month in temporary spousal support. And Mary J. Blige also ended up being having to pay $100,000 in legal fees. Okay, so that's just some of the reserve. And like, guys, I'm not saying, oh, you're gonna get divorced. I'm just giving you some numbers of what I saw over time with celebrities. Now, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they divorced back in 2017. Now, Amber Heard filed for divorce in May of 2016 because she actually put a restraining order on Johnny Depp because he was verbally and physically abusive. But what was interesting was that when the divorce happened, Johnny Depp awarded Amber Heard $7 million as a settlement, and she took the entire $7 million and donated that money. She donated it. Hey, Toni Patriot, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, guys. Next, we have Jill Scott and Michael Dobson. Now, I thought that they didn't have a prenup, but it turns out they actually did. So they divorced back in 2017, only after 1 year of marriage. Jill Scott had to pay a little over $47,000 lien on Dobson's Mercedes, and that way he wouldn't have a car note. That was part of the settlement, and then Dobson also returned to the estate to collect different personal property. I won't get into the type of property unless y'all want to know. Well, maybe I can. It says he collected the massage table, the hotel robes, excuse me, the bathroom mirror, and Prince's Purple Rain album. And he also Jill Scott also had to let him know where the new owners of their dogs were, because she gave the dog away. Apparently, the dog was a very expensive pet, and so she had to let him know who the new owners were so that he could follow up with them. Now, apparently, they really did have a prenup, and so the judge agreed to uphold the terms stated in the prenup, and she did not have to pay alimony. All right, and next we have something that is a real hot topic that's going on right now in the news, unfortunately. Kelly Clarkson and Brandon Blastock. And so this, I had pulled up an article, a recent article on them. And, you know, this is really challenging, especially people who have children involved, but there's not too much information because this is a recent filing. And, but from what we understand is that, let's see, Kelly Clarkson filed recently on June the 4th, and she's requesting joint legal and physical custody of the kids. But as far as it comes with like prenups and money, they're not talking about that. It's too early to discuss. But these are just some things that I did notice when I was doing some of this research preparing for the live. Hey, Nikki, it's me, Foodie Squad. I just want you to know I have you up and run. Thank you, sis. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna add you too as a moderator. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And okay, and so then the next thing is, guys, is what is a prenup? All right, so let's get into that. Let's get into that. So what exactly is a prenup? I think most of you already know this, but let's get into the legal term. It stands for prenuptial agreement, and it's an agreement made by a couple before they marry concerning the ownership of their respective assets should the marriage end. And I would add to that, and their respective debt, because asset and debt are both included in that term. Now, here are some of the pros of a prenup, and then I'm going to talk to you about the cons. Some of you have already mentioned the cons. Wait, let me go here. Before I get into the pros of the prenup, let me make sure that I'm acknowledging some of the things that people are saying in the chat, because the chat will move and then I won't get to see it. Let me change. Okay, Hungry Explorer, I know you're mentioning Julius Minor. I'm going to remove one of your statements because you mentioned him several times. I think you're trying to connect with him. He may just be here to just listen to the chat, love. So let me go ahead and read some of the statements. Harrison Family Vlog says, when people don't have much, prenups seem to be an afterthought. For people who have assets, prenups are more of a factor. You know, I would agree with that. Says, I don't want a prenup, but when I remarry and she wants to leave, I feel like she will get half of my house, and I put in so much work to get it. You know, that's a good point. All of your statements, Harrison Family Vlogs, I feel are fair. I feel those are all fair statements. I really think a prenup is really based on the individual. I'm not going to sit here and advocate for a prenup, and I'm not going to advocate for not having a prenup. Because as I mentioned before, do I regret not having a prenup? No, I don't regret it at all, because I wouldn't have known how to write it out. and I probably would have still been in the same predicament. So I'm not an advocate for either or. I mean, if you catch me on a certain day and you might say, you know, I really think I should get a prenup, I might say, you know what, you might want to consider it. If you don't know this person as much as you'd like to know them, you probably shouldn't be marrying them. You know, you probably should wait and get to know the person and make sure you can truly trust them. But sometimes, you know, you do get married and things happen, and it may not even be a result of not being able to trust. It may be something totally different, and you may just want to protect your assets. But really, at the end of the day, like, all your points are fair. They're absolutely fair. You said it's a toss up for me. Absolutely. I get it. Like, I totally get it. And I see you saying Russell Brand is dope. Yeah, what he did was really cool. I think that, you know, it was nice of him to be like that. Absolutely. And Eat to Live Strong says Madonna was in Florida, which is not a community property state. Ah, got it. Eat to Live Strong. Okay, sis. So then that's what was going on there. So she could choose to give him something or choose not to give him something. Okay. All right. I'm just, you know, I like to write the names down on paper so I know who was chit-chatting in the chat. And then I see, if Mary, I ain't never leaving her. If I Mary, I ain't never leaving her. Let me tell you, Mary J. Blige, I think she is just an amazing individual from the many challenges that she's been through in life. And she's really talented and beautiful. So I couldn't imagine leaving her. She seems like a really kind person, but you just never know. You get married, and you know, who knows? People might change. She was my middle school crush. Oh, well then that, and high school. Well, then that's why. Cool. And then Need to Live Strong is saying New York is a community property state, and that's why Mary J. Blige was in the predicament she was in. Thank you, Eat to Live Strong. I appreciate you for adding that. Thank you, sis. Cubs Dennis saying, wow. Yep. Toni Patriot, welcome, welcome again, my dear brother. Glad you are here. Thank you for sharing me out, Nikki. I appreciate you, sis. You know I do. You know I do. Okay. And then you said, what do you think about Wendy Williams and her husband? So that's a bit different than some of the ones that we mentioned that were only married for like a year, right? Because Wendy Williams and her husband were married for a long time, and they worked together. They kind of built their business together. And so that's a really different kind of deal. It's not like a Mary J. Blige that built her empire and then got married. Like, they kind of built it together. And so I really don't know like what to think about that. I would think that they would end up splitting it down the middle. But, you know, Living Better with Sal Rucker, there are some laws in different places that state if you can prove that the spouse was cheating on you, then you don't have to give them, you know, 50%. Like, if it's community property, you don't have to give them 50% of those assets if that's something you can prove. But yeah, I really don't know what to say about them. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And then I think ASMR Blog saying, excuse me, ASMR Galore is saying Mary J. Blige, Yonkers, New York in the house. Yes. And then you said, yeah, her husband was her manager. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the thing. So let me put y'all's names here. Living Better with Style. Okay, and ASMR. I always like to write the names down so I know who to pull from my little cup. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the pros of a prenup, and then we'll get into the cons of them. Remember, guys, I'm not advocating one way or another. I'm just here to provide information to help push you past the point of your position. Just want to provide information. So, pros of a prenup. So, one of the pros is you would be protecting your financial interest in your property, in your assets. It can limit the amount of spousal support necessary. So, as you saw, Mary J. Blige had to pay $30,000 a month in temporary spousal support. Had she have had a prenup, she probably could have stated in her prenup, I'll pay $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. Maybe $30,000 she felt was excessive. When I was looking up the article, she was saying that he was buying a lot of different things, and he was basically living that life of a celebrity. And I think he wanted to be able to continue with the lifestyle, which that is what spousal support allows you to do. And she was just trying to say that no, he doesn't need to continue that lavish lifestyle. But if they would have had a prenup, they wouldn't have had to discuss all of that. It can ensure compensation for sacrifices. So a lot of times you'll find that sometimes when couples get married, either the wife or the husband may decide that they want to stay at home with the kids. And the reason why I say either wife or husband, because I know women who stay at home and the husband works, and I know men who stay at home and the wife works. And so I'm not against either one. I think when anybody can be there with their children, I think it's a blessing if you're able to do so. But what it does is when that one spouse decides that, okay, guys, maybe both, not the one, but both of the people, husband and wife, decide that they want to change things up a bit and allow the one of the spouse to stay at home with the children. No, baby girl, I'm gonna do that. No. Mommy's gonna do that. Thank you. Go sit down and I'll give you your peaches. Go sit down. So they both work together and decide, well, one of us is going to stay at home with the kids, be there more for the kids. My grandfather on my dad's side, he and my grandmother actually had that discussion. They were married for over 65, 66 years. And wait, let me put your bib on. And when they had their second son, I believe it was, my grandfather said, dear, you can stay at home with the boys. Just focus on the house and let me go out and work and take care of those things. And so they both agreed to do that. Welcome, welcome. Be the Difference Clothing. Welcome, welcome, sis. Thank you so much for being here. And so, now, are these all from the American point of view? I am guessing. So Cubs Den, I'm not providing a point of view. And I really want to be careful not to do that. So I'm not saying a prenup is good or bad. So what you'll start to see after I show you the pros of a prenup, you'll then see the cons of a prenup. But so I don't want to provide like a side. My goal here is just only to provide information, but the information that I'm getting, yes, these are U.S. related articles, sis. These are U.S. related articles. So yeah, thank you. And if you have any information outside of U.S. related information, please definitely share it in the chat. I would love to hear it. Absolutely. How are things done in Canada, or how are things done elsewhere? Like, just that would be great to know. I would love to hear it. But yeah, so I'm not taking any stance on prenup or no prenup. Really, my goal is just to talk to you about money, and this is one aspect of money. So I'm not for it or against it. I think it can be a good thing, but then I also think it can be a challenging thing. So it really just depends on, the two individuals. All right, so great question. Thank you, thank you. And so what I'd say here is, my grandmother quit her job and began caring for my dad and his brothers while my grandfather worked and paid the bills. And so if they hadn't stayed married till the day that they transitioned to be with the Lord, then what would have happened is, she would have had to go back out after so many years of not working and try to establish a trade or something to get back on her feet. And that would have been a challenge for her. And I remember when I was going through divorce and I was in my lawyer's office in tears because I just could not afford any of it. He says, ma'am, I have to tell you, you still have a job. And he says, I'm representing clients who are stay-at-home moms who gave up their job for 8+ years. And, now they've got to find work and they've got to pick up those kind of pieces. And so he was trying to give me that perspective of, at least you still are working. So with a prenup, what it does is, you can make sure that if you did, in fact, decide that you were going to quit your job, you can actually write that out in the prenup and say, if I quit my job and we get a divorce, I would like to be allotted XYZ money for the next so many years until I can get back on my feet. Those are type of things that you can write out. Another pro that it says here is it has the option to protect yourself from the debt of your future spouse. And I already talked about that earlier. If you get married and one spouse opens up credit cards or credit accounts in their name and they accumulate a lot of debt, if you are in a community property state, then that is considered both of your debt. And when you get divorced, that debt is factored in the calculation of how much money each one person will owe the other person. But in a prenup, you can state things like whatever debt is in one individual's name, whether it be prior or during the marriage, stays in their name, and it stays as their responsibility in the event of a divorce. You can state that. And then if there's debt in both of our names, and that's both of our responsibility. So a lot of people, what I've seen is they'll buy a house and they'll put it in both of their names. And so that debt on the house is both of theirs. And then, of course, the equity is both of theirs, as it should be. But then sometimes you'll see where a spouse will also go out and maybe get a credit card or open up a credit account at one of their favorite stores. And if you have a prenup, then whatever they're buying for themselves or buying at those stores, then that becomes just their own debt and not both parties' debt combined in the event of a divorce. Okay, it can protect your business in the event of a divorce. So we talked about businesses earlier, and we talked about if you have your own business, that business, if you started that business during the marriage, or if you started the business prior to the marriage and you made a lot of changes and different things, and that spouse was working and helping you with the business, then it's part theirs. So you want to lay out that information in a prenup. Maybe you say, if you help with the business, this is the portion that you get. Like lay it out in the document, and that's what a prenup can do. Some people don't really worry about that, and that's fine too. Now, it can protect the inheritance rights of the children from a previous marriage. So I do have people that I know that remarried, and they already had children from a prior marriage. And so what they did is they stated in the prenup that assets accumulated prior to the marriage, that those assets would be their children's assets. And like, for example, one of the assets was a house. And so they said that that asset would be the children's asset, and that they would purchase a house together as a family. So then they went and had a house built together, and that new house that they built together during the marriage is actually both of their assets. So they both get half the equity in that house in the event of a divorce. But any assets they had prior to, they're leaving that to their children should they die, and a divorce happened, and should they die, the children would get the asset. Or should a divorce happen and they still live, the children would get the asset that was accumulated prior to the marriage. Now, it can also, so one thing that a prenup does that I think a lot of couples probably should do that they don't do is it provides full financial transparency of each partner prior to marriage. So even if you decide not to get a prenup, I think it's still a good idea to understand a person's finances and for them to understand your finances prior to getting married. That way you at least have a good understanding of the financial aspects that you're getting into. Let's see. So here are some of the cons of a prenup. Welcome, welcome, Shay's Journey. Thank you for being here, sis. Karosi G, welcome, welcome, sis. Thank you for being here. Carolyn Eats All, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate each and every one of you. If I miss someone, please let me know and I'll shout you out. So here are the cons of a prenup. All right. So one of the things that we mentioned earlier is that talking about something like this could really make the other person uncomfortable. It can make your spouse feel uncomfortable. It can make them feel insulted that you would even think about these kind of things, because you do not get married to plan for a divorce. You get married to plan to be married for life, because that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, it even says in the Bible, God hates divorce. So you don't get married to plan for divorce, and your spouse might feel uncomfortable or hurt that you would even mention something like that to them. All right. Also, giving up automatic rights to inherit your spouse's estate. So sometimes what happens is that you might marry someone and they have a estate prior to the marriage. And let's say you move into the estate and you live there for some years. Maybe you're helping pay bills there. Who knows? But the point is that you're both living in a house that one person will not have any asset in. Like, how does that make you feel when you sleep at night? That if something were to happen, you would be living on the street somewhere, because now you don't have any protection for you to be able to have part equity, or at least part ownership of the estate. So that could be a con. A prenup might only benefit a prenup might only benefit one party and not the other. So Harrison Family Blogs alluded to this earlier about if someone doesn't have a lot of assets or money, then they may not be as worried about prenups as someone that does. So you've heard the stories where someone who was wealthy married someone who may not have been wealthy. And so if they have a prenup, then the person that's not wealthy may feel a little slighted, like they're not really being protected. And so that could be a con. And then also, you might not be able to claim a portion of business profits, as I mentioned earlier. I don't know if y'all saw the movie Waiting to Exhale, where Mary J. Blige is singing a song that the lady was working in the man's office every night and supporting his business. But, in the end, likely she may not have gotten any assets or ownership in that business, even though she worked and helped him in the business. So that could be part of it, where you might not be able to claim a portion of business profits. And then you might experience lifestyle changes should the marriage end. As we mentioned earlier with Mary J. Blige and her ex-husband, he would have to experience lifestyle changes from lavish living to, just the regular everyday life, like many of us. And for many of us, we're cool with that, right? But if he's so used to living that lifestyle, that's probably why he was awarded the $30,000 a month. So it's just some things to think about. As you can see, you've got quite a few pros, but you also have quite a few cons. So at least it lets you know what a prenup is, the pro of it, the con of it. Last, guys, is a post-nuptial agreement. So how many of you have heard of a post-nuptial agreement? If you've heard of a post-nuptial agreement, just type post, P-O-S-T. If you have heard of a post-nuptial agreement, type P-O-S-T. Because, guys, I had not heard of a post-nuptial agreement until I talked with one of my mentors, and she mentioned to me that she and her husband have a post-nuptial agreement. So they had a prenup, but the prenup was no longer valid because they've made so many changes that they needed to go back and get a post-nuptial agreement. Okay, Harrison Family Blog says he has heard of a post-nuptial agreement, because I do see him typing post. Okay, Auntie Yo-Yo says I have not. Eat to Live Strong says post. Okay, guys, thank you. And feel free to keep those coming in. So a post-nuptial agreement was very new to me. Okay, feeding time for the little boss toddler. I understand, sis. No worries. So a post-nuptial agreement was something that was really new to me until my mentor had mentioned it. Okay, bring that to mommy. And so when she mentioned that to me, let's see. Sorry guys, and she wants another snack, so I'm getting out the applesauce. Here we go. All right, there you go. You're welcome. So a postnuptial agreement was new to me until my mentor mentioned that she and her husband, they had a prenup. You do not have to have a prenup to have a postnup. In order to have a postnup, you need to be married. So a prenup happens prior to or pre nuptials. You have a wonderful night, Nesha Simpson Nation. God bless you, sis. Have a wonderful night. And oh no, Natasha, I see Natasha Pretty Anderson hid Shay's journey. What happened? I don't see anything she said wrong. That may have been an accident, but welcome, welcome, Natasha Pretty Anderson. Thank you for being here. Shay's journey is usually pretty clean in the chat, so I don't know what happened, but that may have been an accident. So Shay, when you please come back. Wait, hidden? Why was she hidden? Let me see. Hold on. I don't see anything. I'm going to unhide her. So Shay's journey, you should be able to say something now because I took you off of being hidden. That could have just been an accident, love. Okay, Be the Difference Clothing says I've never heard about postnuptial. Again, you've already had dinner and like 3 snacks. Okay, here. Yeah, there's nothing left in here. So a postnuptial, the reason why it's okay, give me a second. The reason, do you want cheese or do you want oranges? The reason why postnuptial agreements are different, okay, give me the cheese back, are different than prenups is because a prenup has to happen pre or prior to the nuptials, prior to the marriage. Postnuptial agreements mean that the agreement has to happen after the nuptials, meaning after you get married. So postnuptials are just like prenuptials, but it's the same kind of agreement, but it's an agreement that you do during your marriage. So postnup stands for postnuptial agreement. It's a written agreement executed after a couple gets married or have entered a civil union. So like, when you live together in community property states, you are considered common law marriage. So entered a civil union to settle the couple's affairs and assets in the event of a separation or a divorce. And so that is what a postnuptial is. It's exactly like a prenup. It's just when the document is written. Instead of it being written before marriage, it's written during marriage. It's the only difference. So I think that was the main. Let me make sure and see if I had anything else I wanted to share, guys. Actually, guys, that was really the end. That was really the end of this presentation. So it was pretty short. I think Shay's journey is still here. I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, she's still here. I see her. So, oh, CandyC says, hey, Peyton. Yes. So that is the only difference, guys. It's the difference between a post and a pre is when you actually get the document written up. So really, that was the end of my chat, of my presentation. Did y'all have any questions for me as it pertains to prenups or postnups? If you do, let me know. And while y'all are thinking of any questions, I just wanted to pull out some of the names of the people that had questions and comments throughout the chat. So I always like to pull out names. The first 3 names that I pulled out is Cubs Den, Harrison Family Vlogs, and Eat to Live Strong. So let's see. Mary 428 says, but if you have a prenup, why would you need a postnup? Is it to cover changes? Yes. So Mary 428. The reason why, and thank you for asking me, and let me drop your name in the bucket. So the reason why the couple needed the prenup is because things changed in their assets. And sometimes It could be that nothing has changed asset or debt wise. It could just be that you decided that maybe the prenuptials weren't as fair as you would have liked them to been. Maybe when you first got married, you just really wanted to protect because you just, you love the person, but you just wanted to make sure. And then after you were married for some years, you're like, you know what? I don't really think we needed to draft that part up. I don't think that's fair. I think we really need to do something a little different. And then you agree to go back in the office and make changes just because, maybe you said, oh, for spousal support, I'll only give that person $1,000. And maybe things changed in your asset structure where you just felt like that just wasn't fair, and that you'd want to give them maybe 1,500 or 2,000, or maybe something changed with the asset. With this couple, a lot of things begin changing with their assets and building new homes and accumulating assets together, and changed on how they wanted to deal and handle the prior home and the prior asset, as opposed to just saying, oh, it's going to be given to my children. Instead, maybe, well, if I am to die, then you would be able to live there. But if you wanted to remarry, I'd ask that you please allow my kids to live in that home, and then you and your new spouse find a new home, because that really was a house that person had paid off prior to getting married. And so a lot of different things just might change, as you said before. And that's why people might get a postnuptial if they already have a prenup. Thank you for that question. So CandyC says, if you married again, will you do it? So that's a really loaded question, sis. If I'm married again, I would at least like to talk through it. I'd like to talk through what it would look like. Because, as I mentioned before, is one of the pros, which I felt like was the most important pro of all these daggone pros. The most important pro is just transparency in finances. I think that is needed in a lot of times. We don't discuss certain things just because maybe it's taboo, or maybe we just, we didn't think about it. It's just kind of our stuff, and you just don't even think. I think that was my case. I didn't talk enough about, well, let's talk about this finances. Let's talk about that in the finances. It just seemed like we just really agreed on everything. So I would at least try to get the discussion started so that we can have full transparency of each other's finances. But as far as going through with the prenup, in my head, I would say yes. In my heart, I don't know. But in my head, me thinking about just kind of how these things work, probably I would request it. But yeah, you just really never, you never know what you're going to do when you in love, girl. You just never know what you're going to do when you in love. And yeah, so here's another one. So Eat to Live Strong says, millionaire turned billionaire is a good example for a post-nuptial too. Oh yeah, so that's another thing. Sometimes people start off a certain way, and then they end up improving. And maybe, and I know what some people might be thinking, well, oh, so they improved while they were with me and now they want to protect their improvement. Sometimes people improve and want to protect you more. Let's say the husband married the wife, and he turned into a tycoon, and he realized that in the prenup there was no spousal support mentioned, and he just loves his wife and says, there was no spousal support mentioned, we didn't have nothing. But now that I have what I can to provide, we need a post-nuptial agreement, because I want to make sure that should this not last, that you're still taken care of, because I have much love for you. So, hey, you never know. It could really be to benefit the other person. CandyC says, what do you do if one wants it and the other doesn't? So that's funny, because I did go through that during my marriage, where I was kind of seeing things changing in the finances, and I'm like, I think I want a post-nuptial agreement. Well, I was told, no, thank you. And so you can't make a person do what they don't want to do. If the other person decides, if one spouse says, dear, I really think we should consider having a postnuptial agreement to protect our assets individually and protect us from any debt that we're accumulating individually, that person might say, you know what, I think that's a sound financial decision and let's do that. But typically, if the person thinks it's a sound financial decision, you probably don't need a prenup because you probably are both making sound financial decisions. Probably don't need a post-nup. But if the person's like, no thanks, I think sometimes in that case, then you just pray. I did mention a post-nup when I was married, and I was told no. So you can't, if one person wants, the other person doesn't, you just have to go with what you both people have to be in agreement, and you can't override someone's will. And so you can encourage the other person, please try not to get in too much debt. You can always encourage, but you can't override someone's will. And then let's see. Would you do would you do a prenup? So, I never have done one, chosen queen. I've never done one. But I would definitely consider at least having the discussion about prenups so that we can have the discussion about finances. I see Julius Minor saying LMAO. Yes, look, I was straight told no thank you, please, and no thank you. So yes, indeed. Yes. And let's see. Let make sure I go to the next question. He says, I feel like it's always the man that is like, why? So you mean you don't trust me? LOL. Nightbot. Mary, I'm so sorry. Let me unhide you because, oh, I can't unhide you. I'm gonna just make you a moderator. Um, I'm gonna make you a moderator. I know, yeah, I know, Mary, so it should be all right. But at least for now, sorry about that, Mary. Hopefully, you can come back. I don't know why Nightbot timed you out, but come on back in and you'll be a moderator, and Nightbot can't time you out anymore. All right. So sorry about that, love. So, CandyC, back to your question. You know what? Look, it could be girl, it could be the man or the woman. It could be either one. I just keep it real. Sometimes it's the woman that's like, well, you don't trust me. But I think really prenups can be tough, even postnuptials can be tough discussions, because sometimes the person will think, why you don't trust me, you don't trust that we'll stay married. And it's a hard discussion to have. I think when both people are on the same page as it pertains to just finances and being fiscally sound, I think that it's not as much of a tough discussion. When both the people, like my parents, when they got married as children. They were like 18. So they weren't talking about prenups. You know, all they wanted was to spend the rest of their lives together. And by the grace of God, they are still married 48 years and counting. And so, when you get married young, sometimes you're not thinking or talking about that. But I think at the age, like when you're over your 30s and you're in your shoot, sometimes when you're in your 40s and your 50s, now you're at a point where you can't afford to lose any money should there be a divorce, because now you have assets that you can't go back and reaccumulate unless you make some really solid, quick investments and have some fast turnaround. But it takes time to accumulate assets. And so the older you get, when you decide to get married, I think that probably the more careful you want to be in making sure you're making fiscally sound financial decisions. Okay. And let's see, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. Why does that name sound? I may be drawing a blank. Oh, you're talking about his net worth and stuff like that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I know Amazon CEO. Okay. It's something about him that you know that I don't, Harrison. What's going on with him? Is he getting a divorce? What's going on with Jeff? Okay, Chosen Queen says my question was going to be different. Okay, Chosen Queen, let me know what your question is, sis. I will answer it. I will gladly answer it. Thank you for listening, sis. Thank you for listening. And then we've got Harrison Family Vlogs and Tiffany Chanel. So for you, it wouldn't be an offense if your future husband mentions it. Nope, I wouldn't be offended. No. Because I know that if he's mentioning it, then there's a reason. And so what I'd like to do is just get to the bottom of, okay, well, let's be transparent in our finances. Let's talk about debt. Let's talk about your income. Let's talk about assets. Let's talk about what else is there to discuss? Credit score. Like there's so many things that you can understand about the person before you decide to commit the rest of your life to them. So yeah, I don't think that it wouldn't offend me at all. Now, probably years ago, as a young person, I think it would have offended me absolutely because I'd be like, oh, so what's yours is yours. What does that mean? But as I got older and became fiscally sound myself, I think it's really good to have those discussions. Mary says, I look at a prenup the same. I look at a car or home insurance. Having car or home insurance does not mean something will happen to my car or home. Insurance is protection just in case. Oh man, Mary, I love that analogy. You know what, sis? I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. I love that analogy because you're not necessarily saying you're going to have a car accident or you're going to have an issue with your home, because God forbid, we hope that that doesn't happen, but we still insure it to protect it. So I love that. I don't think people see it that way because maybe they're not thinking like that. But that's profound. And like, yeah, that's the quote of the night. That is the quote of the night. It's like insurance. It's insurance. So, guys, it's okay to have insurance. You're not saying stuff is going to burn down or get stolen. You are just saying it's good to have insurance to protect your assets should anything happen. So, it looks like Harrison Family Vlogs is saying, what Mary 428 said. Yes, I love it. I absolutely love it. ASMR Galore says, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Okay, sis. Yeah, some people just to me, I wouldn't be offended either. I just wouldn't. So I feel you. CandyC says, yeah, like this homeowner's warranty I have that I'm paying for, and I haven't had to use it, but I'm about to get a divorce with it. I don't need it or want it. Look, let me tell you something. All these warranties and stuff, look, I'm not going to advise you to divorce your warranties like CandyC said. But I will say this, sometimes we don't really even use half the warranties we have, but warranties are there to protect. And should you need it, you can have it. And you know what, CandyC? Some people probably do that even with prenups. They get a prenuptial agreement. They've been married for 40, 50 years, and they're like, are you really kidding me? Let's burn this thing. Let's shred this agreement. We're not dealing with this because we're not going anywhere. So I hear you. I hear you, sis. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the info um, on prenups or prenups, postnups. I don't think it's a bad thing, and I don't think it's a good thing. I just think it's a thing, and it's definitely something that can get couples discussing finances and just making sure that both of y'all understand the money aspect. And money is not everything because I've seen people get married with nothing, no home, no car, just the clothes on their backs, and they have become successful. And so money's not everything. Let me just be clear. And it's a lot of people, as you can see, all those celebrities with millions and billions of dollars that get married and the marriage don't last. So we know that money is not everything. But what we do know is that it is important to discuss those type of things when you do get married, because you do need money to take care of a family. All right. And then I see Living Better with Style Rucker says, suppose you ask them to sign a prenup and they refuse. Would you still marry them or walk away? Oh, that's a really solid question, sis. That's solid. See, I can't answer that question because no, I mean, let's see. I've been married twice. Neither marriage did I have a prenup. The first marriage, my ex-husband did not, he told me he didn't want to take any assets that I had accumulated. He was like, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. And let's just be done. That's the bulk of that story. Now, for my daughter's dad, it was a little different. But the situation was different too. In the first marriage, we were so young, neither one of us were providers. I mean, I worked two part-time jobs and went to school. And so my part-time jobs and my school money, my what was it? My student loans and my scholarship money is what really paid the bulk of our bills while I was in school. And so so in his mind, he was like, why would I just take her money, like that? But we were also together for a longer period of time. Now, the second one was different. I didn't have a prenup in the second one, but my daughter's father, he took care of a lot of the bills. He took care of the mortgage. I said that in one of my videos. I think it was, what video was it? Oh, the video where I paid off, the video where I canceled 11 expenses and saved over $1,700 a month so that I could afford my bills. But yeah, he paid most of the bills, and because of that, um, he felt entitled to half. And so, in his defense, I get it. I totally get it. And so I did have to give him half of everything, as it pertained to assets. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think if they refuse, it's hard to say because it depends. Like, I mean, if you're in love with each other, that's a really hard question. I'm not in love, so it's hard for me to answer that. It's hard for me to answer that because I'm not in love. When you love somebody, it's like, do you walk away? Actually, you know what? Who was it? It was Candy. Was it Candy or was it? It was one of the ladies on the Real Housewives, and I think it was Candy and Todd, or maybe it was what's the other lady's name who married her husband? They got a divorce and then they remarried, but the husbands did not want to sign a prenup, and they were like, if you don't sign, we're not getting married. And so the husbands finally agreed and they signed it and they got married, and I think they're both living happily ever after. So I don't know. How about y'all? What do y'all think? If y'all asked someone to sign it, would you sign it? And I mean, and they said no, would you still marry them or would you walk away? I'd like to ask the chat. Let me know about that, guys. That's a good question because I certainly can't even answer that. Um, CandyC says, me and my husband got married with nothing, and I told him I wish he would dip out. I will take all his get down paid. That is hilarious. Sometimes I think it's better when you get married with nothing and you build from the ground up. I think that's sometimes the best thing you could do. To be honest with you, I think it makes things less complicated. You did do it, baby girl. So let me put this here so that you can. Let me put this here. There you go. All right. Let's see. Let me add that to the list, guys. Let me see. All right. Put that in here. And then I got Living Better. CandyC. That in there. All right. Eat to Live Strong says, that was me 32 years ago. Went in with nothing, and we both are well-to-do, so a prenup wasn't brought up. Of course, back then it wasn't really a thought. Oh, with the exception of the wealthy. Yeah, so Exactly. You know, you get married, and see, that was the thing with my first husband. We had nothing. We started with absolutely nothing. And so for us, we never even considered the option. But as I did accumulate assets, you know, I was given the advice, if you get married again, you should consider a prenup. And I didn't do it. Oh yes, sis, I understood what you said. Okay, Phaedra. But Phaedra was the one. Yeah, but I'm talking about like before they got married. But yeah, Phaedra, I think, did have Apollo sign a prenup. Yes, it was Candy and Todd, but it was another lady, not Cynthia, but who is Cynthia's best friend? Who is Cynthia's best friend that has a big mouth? Is her name Nene? Was it Nene? Because Nene was married to her husband, and they were married for years, and she had nothing, and he was the one with the good job. And when they got divorced, she was the one that had a lot of the money, and he ended up taking it, taking half of it. So she says, "Oh, if you're gonna remarry me, you're gonna give me my money, and we're getting a prenup." And he agreed to it because he loved her. Says, I think you already answered. Have you heard of a married couple did a prenuptial after they've been married for some years? Yes, and they called it a post-nuptial. Right here, chosen queen. That is absolutely right. I have, and it's called a post-nuptial. Yes, because what you're doing is you're getting an agreement written up post the nuptials, post the marriage. So very good question. And Mary says, walk away. I hear you, sis. You just, hey, look, it is what it is. I hear you. And then I think ASMR Galore says, I don't mind. I'll still marry him. And I hear you too, because love is what it is too. Guys, I get it. I do. I get it. I understand both sides. I really do. Um, Kenny C says, if it's a tiebreaker for me, then sorry, boo boo, we not getting married. Look, I understand. Um, I think it's a good discussion to have. Some people will still go ahead and they'll get married without it. And oh yeah, it was Nene. That's yeah, Nene Leaks and Greg. Yes, look, thank you. I swear I've been like, what's the name? Nene Leaks and Greg. Yes. So I love them. I love them just because they were together before all of the fame. I love that. But yeah, some people just say, you know what? I'm not here for it. I'm walking if we can't do it. And some people say, you know what? I love you, and I know we've been together for years and years and years, and it's gonna be okay. And I get it. I've seen people get married and they stay married. I've seen people get married and they get a divorce after just a couple of years, and some people were married for 40 years and out of nowhere divorce and end up having to give away half their pension, $1 million pension, and have to give half of it away. So it's a tough question to have, but I think it's worth discussing. I think it's at least worth discussing. But you definitely can't force anyone to do something that they don't want to do. And stop running and sliding on the floor, please, Peyton. Okay. She's so excited with Elsa. So I pulled Cubston, Harrison Family Vlogs, and Eat to Live Strong's name first. I'm going to drop their links in the chat. And y'all definitely feel free to keep the conversations coming because I love talking about stuff like this. I think sometimes people don't want to talk about these things, and they might think that you're being you're like Sister Soldier, power to the woman, or that's not me, guys. That's not me. The way that I am, and if you really know my heart, the way that I am is I just want people to be educated. I want people to understand um, what their rights are in having these kind of discussions. I think once you're married, this isn't, you might not even need to have this discussion because you're married. But I think before you decide to get married, if you're not already, for those single people out there, I think it's okay and it's fair, especially when you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s and you've accumulated assets. I think it's fair to say, hey, let's talk about assets and debt. before we get married. And even if it's not talking about a prenup, you're still talking about assets and debt, because that's what you're going to have once you do decide to get married. You're going to have either or and assets and debt. So I think it's worth a discussion. So guys, let me see. I got this link here. I'm going to post it in the chat. Cubs Den was the first one that I pulled. So I'm going to post a link to one of Cubs Den's short videos, and I'm going to post it in the chat because I pulled her name. So guys, if you're not connected to Cubs Den, definitely connect to Cubs Den. I'm pretty sure many people here are already connected. She and her husband, Blue Jeans Network, they're just a fun couple, and they're a sweet couple. And you know, good people to know. And then I pulled Harrison Family Vlogs, and Harrison Family Vlogs has been going hard in the paint, guys. He is a single dad, but he has made himself very clear. No, you can't have more applesauce because I don't want you to get the runs. Come here, I'll give you the cheese. No cheese? Cheese. Okay. He's been going hard in the paint, posting vlogs one after another, and they've been really good. So check him out. I was going to say that you said you're not available, but I'm not going to do that to you. But I guess I kind of just did. But y'all definitely check him out as well. He's a good person, and they're a good family to be connected with. And then you've got the lovely Miss Eat to Live Strong. Eat to Live Strong is actually the one who rated me tonight. And Eat to Live Strong, she, you know, her channel is about eating to live strong, guys. So, you know, if any kind of ailment or illness or challenges you're going through in your body, Eat to Live Strong talks about how you can overcome that with food and with your diet. And then and even exercise. And then of course she was a loan officer and I think she's a retired loan officer. And so then she also provides information on Mondays, Mortgage Mondays, right before my live on information regarding mortgages. So I'm pulling up some more names, guys. I have pulled up more names, so I want to go ahead and put those names here too. All right. So I am pulling here. Give me a second, guys. All right. I pulled, what do you know? I pulled Eat to Live Strong's link again, so I'm going to paste it in the chat once more. Holistically, oh, thank you, Holistic Living Down Under, for still being here and leaving me running. God bless you, sis. Really, really appreciate that. Natasha Pretty Anderson is saying, good night, everyone. Let me click on that. Good night, everyone. Let's see. Send me that I timed out someone. I'm so sorry. That's in my sleep. Sis, I knew that was done by accident because you never time people out. You're just super, super sweet. So no worries. I think I untimed her out. Shay's Journey. So Shay's Journey, hopefully you're still in here, love. That was an accident. So thanks, Natasha, and you have a wonderful night, love. Peyton Grace, put that down. Okay, now close mommy's door. All right, and so let me go ahead. Mary, that is the next person that I pulled. Mary is an awesome person. I want to see, let me pull up her page so that I can drop her link in case anyone wants to stay connected with her. Let's see, Mary 428. Baby girl, put that back, close the door. My daughter is so tall, she reaches high on shelves and grabs breakable stuff. Close the door now or sit in time out. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. I cannot find my dear friend Mary on here. I can't find you. So if one of my mods can find her and click on her name, that would be great. But if you can't find her, I don't think Mary creates content, but she's definitely an awesome supporter. And so I will at least type her name in the chat so that y'all can see her. Mary, thank you for the discussion tonight. So I'll do that. And that way y'all can see that's who I'm talking about. Yes, sit down, baby girl, sit down. OMG, ASMR galore. Let me tell you, baby girl is like, whoa. Let's see. I'm tired. I know I saw you and I want to stay even 15 minutes and drop asleep. Look, I think, Natasha, I think you've been here 15 minutes, sis. So God bless you, and I appreciate you. And I know you work today. It's hard doing these things and working. And look, if anybody knows, I know working, and we got kids, and I know, love, I do. But I do see you. I know you've been here, and I appreciate you. And get you some rest. Have a wonderful evening. Now, the next person I just pulled up, guys, is CandyC. And then after that, I've got ASMR Galore and Chosen Queen. So let me drop those links too, guys. Definitely connect with each other. I believe most of you guys are already connected, but I love doing this because sometimes, guys, you never know. People do come to the platform that hadn't been here before, and maybe they have an opportunity to connect. And so I'm dropping those links to ASMR Galore. Let me grab you up, sis, and drop yours as well. And hopefully this topic was fun. If you like the if you like the question topics, like I'm lately I've been asking a question and then asking you if you agree or disagree, or should you do this or should you do that. If that's the kind of stuff that you like, give me a thumbs up, because I want to be informative while it's still being in a discussion. I don't want to tell people what to do, but I want to inform people so that they can make an informative decision. Unlike myself, who was not, like, people mentioned it to me, but I was not truly informed until I went through it. And then it's like, okay, you didn't really make an informative decision because you didn't have information. So my goal is to provide information to push you past the point of your current position, help you make informative decisions about your finances. But whatever decision you make is solely yours. Now, when I talk about things like emergency accounts, have an emergency account, not spending money on your credit card, overspending, not going over a certain percentage in your credit limit. Like, you don't want to go over 30%. You want to try to stay under 20. And so when I talk about those things, yeah, I'm going to push that on you because I know that's the right thing to do. But when I talk about controversial topics like prenuptial agreements, I'm not going to push you to do one or the other. That has to be something solely on you. Welcome, 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 welcome. JW Jacquette, welcome. Thank you for being here. It looks like you're saying hello to everyone and to the host. Thank you for joining us tonight. God bless you. Eat to Live Strong says, I love it. The questions. Looks like you're also throwing the thumbs up. Living Better with Sal Rucker, throwing thumbs up. Okay. Thank y'all. I appreciate knowing this because I just, I'm like, well, I want it to be fun. And I have to admit, guys, my title was going to be to prenup or not to prenup. That is the question. And I'm going to give it away. But CandyC's husband, Brother Herb, was like, no, that's not a good title. He was like, you need to change it to something like, I asked for a prenup. And I was like, but I didn't ask for a prenup. And it has to be real. It can't just be clickbait. And he was like, okay. And so I was like, well, someone did tell me to get a prenup. He's like, that's your title. So that's why I put, they told me to get a prenup, but I didn't listen. So it looks like clickbait, but it actually did happen to me. It happened to me. So, oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. CandyC is laughing. Yes, y'all. It happened to me. So that is why I came up with that title. So let me drop Chosen Queen's link as well. Chosen Queen also had some questions that she posted in some pointers in the chat. And let me see. I had some more to pull out. Let me see. Let me see how we're doing on time, because I don't want to keep y'all past. I don't like to keep people past 2 hours. I don't want to just be dropping links and y'all are still here. Okay, we still have a little bit of time. Actually, since we do have time, this is what I always do. Y'all know I always do this when we have time, is I do this. Let me put this over here. This is, let me stop sharing. Let me move this over here. And then let's see. Baby girl, I don't know what you're asking me, but mommy's working. She's like, why is mommy always working? Mommy works during the day, mommy works at night. But guess what? Mommy also takes breaks and plays with baby girl or teaches baby girl something. So she gets my attention too. All right. But yeah, mommy working 2 jobs in the city, like Tina Turner. Okay, so let me start my cam. Hey family, how are y'all doing tonight? Hopefully y'all can see me. Hey. So Lord, this is a lot of going on. Save that for the video. Y'all know how I am. I'm so old school, old fashioned. But hopefully y'all did enjoy the topic, and let me see. Hey. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, ASMR galore. So I was looking at the so this is what I have, guys. You see this little here? So my office space is predominantly white. And if y'all checked out my latest video, that intro video, that is what my office looks like. But because of the lockdown situation, I have moved my computers and my working stuff to my kitchen so that I can still watch my daughter while working and make sure that she stays safe. But this was the paperweight that I had in my office, and you just pull the paper out. And what I do is I pull it out and then I start tearing it and putting people's names on it that actually participated in the topic. And so the next name that I pulled out, I don't know if you can see, is Living Better with Style Rucker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop her link in the chat because she definitely had some really good questions and some really good points to add. And I want to make sure that her link gets dropped because her name was pulled. So that's what I do, guys. I put your names, I say in a hat, but it's not in a hat. It's in my little cup. I was putting it in here, but the thing became so big. The thing became so, this is actually this, I can promote her stuff. She makes tutus. She makes my daughter's tutus for every event and every occasion. And she's actually been here in my live several times. She gave me a super chat when I was monetized. Her business is called Cutie Pie Creation, tutus and more. And the outfits always come in a beautiful box. So sometimes the outfits are pink and it comes in this pink and gold and white box. Sometimes the outfits have a little touch of black in them and it comes in a black, gold, and white box. And I put that in my office space because of the color of my office is black, white, and gold. And then sometimes if the outfit is like a Tiffany blue, she'll put it in a Tiffany blue, white, and gold box. So it's super cute. And that's what I was putting these little things in, but then it just became too big and too gunky. As you can see, I almost dropped it. And so I started just putting stuff in here. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Good information. Thank you so much. ASMR Galore says, I learned something new tonight. Oh, this is great. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I looked up and saw this beauty. You look so cute. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we got to see some. Look, y'all know I try to show my face at the end. And then Julius Miner's laughing. He saw me almost drop that box. Oh, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate that. Look, a girl tries to feel pretty even when sometimes she don't always. She still tries. She still tries. So today I actually do feel a little pretty. I have my little sweater and my blue and gold, and I really like that look. So I want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. Let me see. I did not miss anybody. If I keep pulling names, I'm going to pull the same names, and I think it's the same people that are in here. Oh, Toni. So let me drop Toni's link because she was active in the chat, and so let me put her link in the chat too. All right. And guys, if you asked a question pertaining to the topic or you stated an opinion pertaining to the topic and your link was not dropped, let me know and I will make sure to drop your link. Oh, the smile says it all. Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. And let's see your outfit. This is my outfit. This is my outfit. You're not seeing the waist down, CandyC, because I don't prepare for that. But that but this is my outfit with my blue earrings. So that's my outfit, sis. Nothing, it's nothing else besides that. That's so funny. Uh, oh, I really enjoyed y'all too. Thank you. Thank you, Living Better with Sal Rucker. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate you. Looks dainty. Y'all, my sis is hilarious, y'all. Okay, so let me just make sure that there isn't anyone that I missed. Okay, I think everybody that commented, I did drop your links. And if we had, let's see, if I saw that we had a whole lot more new people, I would continue dropping them. But that was pretty much everybody that was in here. I have dropped your links. But I can say this, the more that you comment, the more likely your name gets pulled at the top while people are still in here. So I do appreciate each and every one of you for participating. All right. So dope colors on you. Appreciate you, Harrison Family Vlogs. God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate you for saying that. And thank you, Eric Bastrom, says you look terrific. God bless y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for saying that. Y'all know I do. And so all I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to pray and let you know the person that I'm going to raid tonight. Auntie Yo-Yo decided not to go live. Y'all know I always raid Auntie Yo-Yo and Foodie. And then sometimes I look for other people that are live that are always in my chat supporting, but may only have like, a couple of people in their live streams. It's like, come on, I remember the days when I only had a couple of people. And so people rated me and helped me get my numbers up. So sometimes when I see people that support the channel and they only have a couple of people in their live, I raid them. Because it's like, how could you not? So it's all, thank you, sis. Eat strong. Thank you, sis, for saying that. And God bless you. I really appreciate it. Actually, that's a really good reminder for me, sis. Let me drop your link again. Eat to Live Strong was the person that rated me tonight. Guys, she goes live every Monday. Is Mortgage Mondays, and she goes live, I want to say, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eat to Live Strong. If I'm getting that wrong, please let me know. I'm going to drop her link here so that y'all can connect with her the right way on her channel. And Holistic Living Down Under says, I've really enjoyed listening in today. Oh, thank you, sis. And I enjoyed you being here. I really appreciate it. And yeah, guys, so I do go live every Monday, Money Makeover Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about money. I want your money bag to be so fat. I want you to have a thick money bag, okay? And so we're gonna do this thing every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I also will either go live or drop a video every Friday or Saturday around that same time, around the 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It may be 9 p.m., it may be 9:30 p.m., it may be 8:30 p.m. It just depends on what the analytics is telling me. Sometimes I drop a premiere. Sometimes if it's really, really short, I just drop it as a video because I'm like, when it's short, people will watch it without you having to be like, y'all still here? Anyway, yes, so Eat to Live Strong goes live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. She is on the road to monetization. I was doing the same thing. I was going live Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So the reason why, so Eat to Live Strong goes live on Wednesdays. I didn't go live on Wednesdays because y'all, I have church and then CandyC. And so I'm like, I need a break. I'm going to be in everybody else's stuff. But I used to go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so now what I'm doing is I'm monetized now. So that's why you see me going live less amount of time. But Eat to Live Strong is on the road to monetization. So she is actually going live Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, guys. And she goes live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that CandyC, she also goes live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 30 minutes later. So I'm typically in both of their lives. Like I'll start off in Eat to Live Strong, then I open up CandyC, and then I get into the church call. But yeah, that's typically what I do on a Wednesday. That's what my Wednesdays look like. Yes, guys. Oh, love you too, sis. Love you, love you, love you. And Harrison Miller Vlog says, I was thinking of going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, like I don't really know anybody that's going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I mean, those used to be my nights. So why not take that time? I'm just saying. I know like Auntie Yo-Yo goes live, but I think her lives might be a little bit later. But I don't think it would really disturb any of your time. But I don't know anybody that goes live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Like you may as well try it. You just never know. You never know. Get your hours in because I know you're also on the road to monetization too. Yes, I want your money bags to be so fat and heavy. I want y'all to be. My ultimate goal is for people to be independently wealthy, for people to not have debt, for husbands and wives to be able to love each other and not stress about money. For single people to not feel like, oh my God, I need to get married for money. I don't want people to feel like that. I want people to have their own money. I want couples to have money. I want single people to have money so they're not stressed. That and for the money that you have to not be money that you owe, for it to not be debt, but for it to truly be an asset. That's really my ultimate goal on this platform because I know I was very ignorant when it came to finances. And it wasn't until God showed me what I need to be doing and I started listening to people, talking about this stuff that have been successful in their finances. I want the same for each one of you here. So that's really my goal. And hopefully y'all are getting that from my lives. That's a lot of work, LOL. Oh, going live all those times? Yeah. It is a lot of work. It's tiring, especially when you have a toddler. Chosen Queen says, love the blue, my favorite color. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Yes, royalty, royal blue, Chosen Queen. Yes. Oh, 8 p.m. So Eat to Live Strong. You go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sis. I thought you on my computer it said you went live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I got it wrong, let me know and I will certainly correct it because I could have sworn you went live at 7:30, but let me know. CandyC is 8:30. Really? I thought she was going live at 8. Y'all, I'm so confused. What? I thought she goes live at the time I go into church. So CandyC goes live at 8:30 on Wednesdays and not 8? Okay, I'm confused. Y'all better turn on y'all's notification. Oh, okay, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, y'all, look. Go to Eat to Live Strong, go to CandyC, and go to Harrison Family Vlogs. Turn on those notifications so that you know that you can never miss one of their lives in the future. I'm taking your TNT spots then, LOL. Take them. Be my guest. You can have them with gladness. Money shouldn't be a problem. It's all energy. Let it flow. It's a mindset. Yes. When you change your mind, you can change your life. You change your mind, you change your words, you change your life. It is a mindset. It really shouldn't be a problem, love. I love that. I love that. I love your idea. What industry are you in? So I'm actually like my job, I'm in oil and gas industry. I have an IT background and then I have a business and finance background. So that my business and finance background comes from my master's in business. My IT background comes from my bachelor's in management information systems, IT and business. So that's my background. Yeah, so that's my background. Amen, sis. Yes, love, Denise. Yes. And then, sorry, I corrected the time. Oh, yes, because you did. You rated CandyC once before, I believe. You rated her. So yes, Eat to Live Strong goes live at 7:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. CandyC goes live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights. And then Harrison Family Vlogs is going to start going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, 7:30 is me, and CandyC is, I think CandyC is 8, Eat to Live Strong. I don't think she's 8:30. Okay, Eat to Live Strong is 7:30, and CandyC is 8 on Wednesdays. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Chosen Queen says, oh, Chosen Queen goes live, guys. Shout out to Chosen Queen. She goes live every Tuesday and Thursday as well, but she's going live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look, when you're on your lunch break, get on your phone and just pull up Chosen Queen and get you some awesome discussions with the Chosen Queen, okay? So yes, don't forget about that. All right, Chosen Queen, thank you for the shout out, love. Okay, guys, so yeah. Oh, amen to you too. Amen. So guys, I'm just gonna say a prayer. Let me pull up, I'm gonna pull up let me see who's live. I think Foodie Duo does Mellow Mondays, guys. And so she has me running, which Foodie Duo is awesome. I usually go into people's lives while I'm live, but when I was being monetized, I learned that to be careful with that because, oh, I say Foodie Duo, she's the Foodie Squad. Because if you're not careful with that, sometimes you get less hours. So I'm about to pull up her live, and I'm going to drop the link to her live in the chat because I don't see Yo-Yo. Oh, I also see, okay, I do see another live here. So I'm going to give you 2 lives that you can raid. Let me go here. I'm going to give you 2 lives that you can raid. All right. Because I actually mentioned to this person too. I was like, oh, why didn't you tell me you were live? I could have rated you. So I'm going to drop the links, and you are welcome to raid both of the individuals. And you can say something like Tiff raid. You can say this, Tiff raid. And then let me drop the other link, and then to the other link you can also say Tiff raid. But I think this other link, this person is saying that it's just a quick live, and so they may not be there long, but you know, you never know. So these are the 2 people. The first link is Foodie Duo, the second link is Shay's World. So I'm going to just drop their links in the chat because they have been in my live so many times and contributed so many times. And so those will be the 2 links that I go to after this live. I'm going to go ahead and say a special prayer. Baby girl, do you want to help mommy pray, or you want to go watch Elsa? Watch Elsa. Okay, go watch Elsa. She prays all throughout the day. Okay, go watch Elsa. Mommy's going to pray. No, snacks stay on the kitchen table. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pray. Bye. Have a great rest of your day as well. Holistic Living Down Under. God bless you, sis. What are your days now, Tiffany? Okay, so my days are now on every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go live with Money Makeover Mondays. And then either every Friday or Saturday around the same time, I will either go live, drop a video, or do a premiere. So I'll do something on those days. I'm going to try to fit in more videos in between time. I'm thinking about doing Wisdom Wednesdays and do like a 5-minute blitz of a Wisdom Wednesday just to keep the content coming. And I've always wanted to do Wisdom Wednesdays, but I didn't want to go live during people's times. So what I could do is just drop a video. It doesn't need to be a premiere, but whatever, just drop a video on Wednesdays. And that way you can always go to the video. It might be at an earlier time, so I'm not disturbing anybody else. Or it'll just be a video dropped and then you can come to it later. So, you know, but I'm thinking about doing that. Hey, Lady Be Unstoppable. Hey, sis. So I appreciate you for being here. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead and say a prayer. Y'all know I love y'all. Yes, Tiff, do some vids. I am. I'm going to get back on it. I certainly am. And yeah, Brother Herb was like you got to push that content out. You can't stop the content, which I think he just dropped a video. So, I'm going to be checking that out as well. So let me say a prayer and then we'll go ahead and raid these two beautiful ladies. And I love each and every one of you guys. So, dear God, I just thank you for this evening. I thank you just for being the God and Father that you are. I exalt you. I lift you up, God. I count it all joy just to come before your presence. I count it all joy to have the love of friendship, the love of my YT family here on this chat with me. God, I ask that you bless them. I ask that you bless their families. I ask that you bless their finances. I ask that if there's any couples that are married and they're struggling in their finances, bless their finances, Lord. Help them to have those discussions about finances and be able to resolve whatever those issues are in their finances. If there's any single people in this chat, Lord God, and they're having a challenge with their finances, God, I ask that you bless them. I ask that you give them ideas to be able to make money and succeed at life. Lord, I ask that you protect each and every person and each and every person's family member on this chat, because the economy has opened up, the cities have opened up, and people are going out again. Thank you, Lord, for businesses for being able to make money again, Lord God. But as people are out, just protect them in Jesus' name, and protect the frontline workers because they work so hard to protect us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. Give me up. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And yeah, I just appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I love y'all. I love you too. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to drop their links once more in the chat, and y'all can just say Tiff Raid, and yeah, hopefully you get to enjoy some more lives tonight. Y'all have a great evening or morning, depending on where you are. Bye.